over. You no longer have to talk about retirement anymore. What are the emotions going through your mind right now?
Yeah, they've not hit me yet. Just had a couple of interviews that it made me cry. But yeah, afterwards, I feel like the adrenaline's still going, so I'm doing okay. I'm not a sobbing mess.
So
yet.
that's gonna come later tonight then?
Yeah, a few whiskeys and I'll be going away with it.
In terms of the actual fight, that first round, obviously, her game plan was pretty apparent, take you down and try to control you there. So I guess what adjustments did you guys feel like you had to make between round 1 and 2 to pick up this win?
Yeah, for sure, grappling should be banned in MMA. I asked John, how did she take me down? He says through a knee, so no close range. So we changed that up, and thankfully she didn't get me again after that.
In the third round, obviously, you hit her with that spinning back fist. Did you think that you could have put her away? I know it was late in the round. I'm sure like exhaustion was catching up, but I guess what was going through your mind when you saw you dropped her like that?
Yeah, I didn't think. I was just going for the kill, and I was like wanted to get that finish. So that's what was going through my mind. Just go get that finish, get it. But
when you heard split decision, were you pretty confident that it was going to be your hand raised?
You're never confident when it goes to the judges. These guys, been in my life, been in my career when I've lost via decision. So yeah, never leave it to the judges, because those guys are, well, every fighter's opinion on the judges.
What are you going to do with what are you going to do now that you're not a full-time fighter? Are you going to be a coach? Are you going to stick around in the gym? What are your plans?
Well, luckily I married a head coach who has a gym, so that's my retirement. Going to take over the gym. No, going to help him with the team, the gym, and on Monday I get my new keys to my new house, which
Congrats.
is, thank you. It's a 1 floor, so no more stairs, so that's my retirement.
Final one for me. What do you want people to remember most about your career when they look back on Joanne Wood's UFC tenure?
Just Scottish lass, just never gave up, and yeah, just my one motto was always never give up, and you don't have to be loud to be heard.
Was that a great fight to go out on? Obviously, you nearly got the finish, but just to even have a little scrap and hit her with the spinning back fist, which you've shown so many times during your career, are you happy with this one as the last one?
I mean, the last minute, yeah. Happy with that. If it was just that, yeah, I'm happy. And that was one fight that I always wanted to get back. I actually didn't watch the first fight until when I started this camp. And that was 9 years ago. I've never watched that fight since, because I knew there was a lot of shit that went down on fight week, and that JoJo is long and under the ground.
We hear people retire from this sport a lot, and then obviously in a couple of years they get bored or whatever and want to come back. You'll be in the gym, you'll be around it. Are you sure that no, this is my time to walk away and I'm satisfied with everything, or do you think maybe eventually you could get tempted back in?
Yeah, I know a lot of people are like, why are you saying you're retiring? Like, don't say that. But I'm retiring on a good note. Even before this win, I was sure, and I want it to be like that. I'm good for money. I'm good. Like, I've worked my ass for this moment to, walk away in a good note and know that this is where I'm supposed to be, and I'm healthy and happy and content, and still going to be involved in martial arts and fighting, but just not myself.
Mm-hmm. Well, you earned it. Pioneer for the UK scene as well, so thank you for that, and congratulations on a great career.
Thank you so much.
Jojo, right here to your right. Congrats again on the win. I'm just wondering about the timing of this. Was there any thought in holding on? Probably the UFC is going back to the UK later this year. Did you think at all about maybe retiring over there?
Yeah, for sure. I was always waiting for that Scottish call. If they go back to Scotland, I was for sure going to be on that card. But, I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. Would I come out of retirement to go there? luckily, I don't think they're going there anytime soon. But you know, I never. Who knows with the UFC? I'm probably going to be the last one to know if that happens. But yeah, this is it. Final done. I'll be there watching.
Good stuff. And just any moment of your career that you're most proud of, or anything that you'd like to share now that you're calling it a day?
I feel like this moment, probably because I'm living it right now and happy, and yeah, just this moment right here, it feels pretty good.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Jojo, over here to your left. Now that you said that we'll be seeing you in the gyms helping out the fighters, what is one piece of advice that you can take away from your career that you would tell these fighters that you're going to be working with?
What are you thinking? Just never give up, and you know, get on that roller coaster and put your hands high and scream and enjoy every second of it. You know, it's just up and down and up and down, and just enjoy every moment and just never give up.
And how has life been for you since you went over to Syndicate and until now that you're calling it?
I mean, I've left Scotland for probably 8 or 7 years now. So I've been all over the world, and it's crazy for it to bring me to Las Vegas. I love it. I love the weather, and yeah, it just happened. I met my husband here, or in Vegas. So yeah, it's done me really good.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
It's funny you say you don't have to be loud to be heard. I think when you first started doing this, we couldn't hear you at all. And now you're loud, you're proud. You know, we've seen so much growth. So I guess looking back at your career and your journey with the UFC and your journey finding, what's the biggest thing that you've learned about yourself in this whole process?
Yeah, it was funny. The first time I met Dana White, he's like, "Oh, I've heard about you. You're like that girl from Pitch Perfect." And I was like, "What, Fat Amy?" And he was like, "No, the really quiet one that just like mumbles, like I killed my sister and the woman, like says really absurd things in a really quiet voice." So, yeah, just this part right here, I've always struggled with. I've always done it. I love you guys. It's nothing to do with you guys. It's nothing personal. I just don't like talking about myself and talking in general.
Thank you
From
for
Scotland, I'm not very good at it.
Well, thank you for all the fights and entertaining over the years.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Joanne.
Yeah.
I was curious, going into the third round, though, did you feel like you had to finish her off? That fight was like, it was close, but what was going through your mind as you were getting ready and going into the third round?
Yeah, and that's why I trust John in the corner. You know, he told me I have to finish it and no back steps. And I know for this camp as well, I've been trying to like push forward. So yeah, I knew I had to finish her or make a statement.
And then when you were able to pull off that spinning back fist, did you do anything to set that up? Did you see anything and then just did it, or was it just instinct and you just went with it?
In training, I spin all the time, and if I'm turning that way, I'll throw something. It's usually an elbow, so got her with the fist, I think. So I guess just my instincts, just my reaction, it came out that way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jojo over here. How do you look back on your canceled title fight with Valentina Shevchenko? I know that was supposed to happen like 4 years ago. How do you look back on all of that?
I mean, I'm someone that lives by everything happens for a reason. That fight for me that I took, you know, when UFC fight calls for a fight, you usually take it as a fighter. So looking back, should I not have took the fight? Well, obviously not, because that didn't go my way, and also I took really not well afterwards. So looking back, but that's hindsight. It's in the past now. It still got me to this moment.
And last time you fought in London, they didn't let you have your flag out. How important was it to you to interrupt the flag this week?
So I was so good. I've always had my flag, and yeah, just I'm proud to fly the flag.
How do you celebrate with the family tonight?
Well, luckily T from Scotland, who was in my corner, brought some good whiskey, so we're going to get into that tonight. And the PI gave me some concussion supplements, so I'll probably throw that out the window and drink the whiskey.
Congrats on an amazing career.
Thank you so much.
Congrats on the win. Just a quick one.
Yep.
I know you're not the type to turn away fights. You're always there. You always showed up. We're an ambassador. Any one name that you said, I would have loved to get her in there, even if there was a grappling match in the future?
No grappling.
Okay.
Like I say, it should be banned. Valentina, obviously, Joanna, all the great strikers out there, but those two, yeah, for sure.
And with the farewell, thank you for the great memories and, just holding your flag high and putting Scotland on the map. We just had Jamie Pickett, Tyson Pedro go out, and maybe not the performances that they wanted, but you got that satisfaction because in that third round, you really let it go. You just went 100%. How great did it feel when you walked out that cage and your hand was raised to say, you know what, I left it all in there?
Yeah, and that's all I've wanted to do, work hard in the lead up to the fight and then get in there and just lay it all out there. So, yeah, it felt pretty good.
Excellent. Congrats and thank you for everything.
Thank you so much.